ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to the ValveTime News. Each week, we'll bring you the biggest talking points regarding Valve, software, and the community. Now, the news. We've been telling you for a while that a second batch of Steam Greenlight titles would be announced on October 15th, and we're pleased to let you know that Valve came through on their promise and added a set of 21 new titles to the Greenlit list. These 21 new titles bring the total number of Greenlit titles to 31, with only one having been released so far. Amongst the 21 titles were two recreations of extremely popular source mods, Neo Tokyo and the Stanley Parable HD Remix. Needless to say, we're extremely happy to see that so many people in the community are supporting high-quality products such as these, and we look forward to seeing how both these recreations turn out once they're released. Stay tuned for more updates regarding these titles, and don't forget to head on over to Steam Greenlight to check out the latest information regarding these Greenlit games and many others. In similar news, Steam Greenlight was given an important update this week in the form of a new concepts category, in which people are allowed to freely submit their ideas to Greenlight for feedback and support from the community. The concept category is an important addition as it allows people to get to work on their game for free without having to submit their title straight to the game section, which still boasts the $100 submission fee filter. Titles in the concept section can be added to the game section if the owner or developer feels their game has a strong chance of being added to Steam via community voting. A software tab was also added, allowing developers to submit their non-gaming titles for community voting, just as Valve promised in August during the announcement of software on Steam. We're glad to see Valve are continuously updating Greenlight and its layout to try and make it the best possible experience for users and developers alike. Earlier this week, ReVuln, a hardware and software security company, published a video and report highlighting some security vulnerabilities with Steam. The issue highlighted is related to Steam's use of browser protocol command lines for installations and the like. ReVuln identified that with certain browsers, such as Safari, Steam commands can be entered secretly without user notification, potentially allowing hackers to manipulate files and folders in your computer without your input. There isn't really that much to be worried about, but if you're concerned, feel free to head on over to ValveTime.net link in the description to read all about the specifics of what could potentially happen if a hacker with this kind of knowledge managed to successfully attack your computer. Dota 2 received another minor update this week, bringing several hero skin, UI, and replay improvements. Players wanting to view replays can now opt to watch highlights, which skips through a game replay to identify the best moments from a match and show them to the player, alongside a new small introduction, which provides the viewer with some context to the current situation. The most notable addition present in the October 17th patch is the inclusion of the Halloween version of the map in the in-game files, which can now be loaded and viewed in-game but is not yet available during public matches. Also added alongside the map was a selection of mysterious UI and creep additions which hint a potential new Halloween-themed game mode based on the new map. Nobody is quite sure of any details as of yet, but we'll keep you posted, and although nothing is confirmed quite yet, we're sure we'll find out what this all means sometime in the next week. A link to the changelog on Cyborg Matt's blog will be posted in the video description. Valve have continued to advertise Counter-Strike Global Offensive this week with a new video series entitled CSGO Pro Tips, which focuses on professional players, their playstyles, and opinions towards maps, weapons, and tactics. The first video focuses on professional player Semphis, a member of Team Area 51 Gaming, and his tactics when playing the classic DE Inferno map. If you're a regular CSGO player and feel like your skills could use a bit of an improvement, then the video will be right up your alley. We're happy to see Valve continuing to support and advertise Counter-Strike professional play, and we look forward to seeing how the rest of this YouTube series pans out. A link will be provided on screen now, as well as at the end of this video. In Team Fortress 2 news, the second annual Manniversary sale has begun, celebrating 2 years since the opening of the Manco store back in 2010. The sale brings no new items and is extremely light on content compared to 2011's massive haul of new hats and weapons. We expect this is most likely due to the sale's proximity to the upcoming and yet unannounced Scream Fortress update, which is most likely due at some time later this week. In Man vs. Machine news, Saxton Hale posted a message to the Team Fortress blog this week highlighting the changes made to MVM's game abandonment rules. The system is now a lot more strict to those of you unwilling to finish games, with punishments including placing players lower in priority game lobby pools, significantly increasing lobby waiting times. There are many other additions and specific changes you might want to go read up on if you want to avoid getting smashed by Saxton's mighty fist. Play nice, kids. In merchandise news, NECA have announced a pair of new Team Fortress 2 class action figures. These new 7-inch models of the Pyro and Demoman will be available from the NECA online website in January 2013 and will feature over 25 points of articulation. The Pyro and Demoman are only the first two classes to be announced in the series, so naturally we assume that the rest of the classes will be added given some time. The Pyro model comes packaged with his trademark flamethrower and the Demo Man with his trusty sticky bomb launcher. Both figures are listed as limited edition, with only 10,000 of each being made, and while neither figure is available for pre-order yet, we imagine both will be snapped up pretty fast by keen fans. In other merchandise news, ThinkGeek announced the release of a new miniature portal gun replica designed to be much smaller than the current portal gun replicas, which have been released steadily for the past year or so. The new gun comes in at about 12 inches long and 5 inches tall when seated on its included base. The gun is currently available from the ThinkGeek website for $59.99. We're going to make a guess and say that these won't be in stock all that long, so grab them now if you've ever wanted a mini portal gun for yourself. In more merchandise news, Valve posted a photograph to their Facebook page of a new Pyro portrait currently on display in their main conference room. Alongside the photo, Valve announced that the portrait would be on sale in the Valve store sometime in late November 2012. We look forward to seeing if any other similar class portraits get added alongside this one, and yes, the poster looks badass, we know. Remember last week when we told you that SOB, Stars of Barathrum rumor was a load of rubbish and that everyone should stop getting hyped up about SOB, a game which most likely doesn't exist? You don't remember? Then I guess it's a good time that we just repeated it for you. Well, earlier this week, both Mark Laidlaw, Half-Life's lead writer, and Pete Konig, the supposed SOB concept artist, dismissed the rumors as nothing more than good old-fashioned trolling. Laidlaw confirmed in an email that the Barathrum name is definitely a reference to Dota 2 Spirit Breaker, but the name has nothing to do with him or Valve and is just a community member trolling for attention. In a separate message from Pete Konig, it is confirmed that Valve have no secret project related to the art, as Gabe and several others would have made him disappear mighty quick. SOB might have once been a project Valve planned to develop, but it's clear by the public release of Konig's art that at the time of his departure from the company, Valve had no future plans for the IP or its concepts. We suggest everyone drops these pointless rumors until we hear something official regarding the project from Valve, if that ever happens. And that brings us to the end of another week of Valve news. Earlier this week, we migrated our site onto a new server host, which has dramatically improved page loading times and stability. Yay! No more random site crashes, fingers crossed. Before we announce the winner of last week's game giveaway, we forgot to mention a well-made live-action film which was released a while ago. We planned to feature it on last week's episode, but forgot it at the last minute. Anyway, the link on screen now will take you to a live-action Half-Life and Portal-inspired fan film known as When Gordon Met Chell. The title really does speak for itself. We suggest you go check it out. It's extremely well made and features a few awesome tracks which brilliantly combine elements of music from both Half-Life and Portal. It also stands as the most down-to-earth interpretation of the Half-Life universe that we've never really seen before, and it looks like Gordon is on some kind of illegal drug, which would explain a lot. Now, onto the bit you're all here for, the competition winner. We asked you all to pick your favorite moment in the Portal series and let us know in the comments of the video on YouTube or thread on ValveTime.net. We promised to read out our top 3 favorite comments and the winner would receive the prizes, so let's get on with it. I would like to remind everyone that these do contain spoilers. In at number 3 is Dr. Zombo on YouTube, who had this to say. The facility was about to explode, and just when you thought you would manage to get to the button to defeat Wheatley, surprise. Everything is lost. You had desperately tried everything to stop him to no avail, and now you're lying on the ground, defenseless, listening to Wheatley rant like a madman while you enjoy the beauty of the moon in the last few seconds of your life. The moon. What was the conversion gel made of again? In a close second place is Bivbadre. My favorite moment in Portal 2? The fake door. When I came across the door, it was obviously a trick when the sign read GLaDOS shut down and cake. Gee, I fell off my chair laughing when it smacked down on the floor like a piece of cardboard and just having the pleasure of being insulted at by GLaDOS when she said she could have just dangled a turkey leg. Great times. In first place, the winner of the prize is NibblerFox on YouTube, who said, "My favorite part of Portal 2 was the core transfer. Whether it was GLaDOS hilariously trying to stop you from pressing the button, or the spine-chilling auto-tune scream of GLaDOS at her downfall, it was among the most cinematic moments in a Valve game. Along with being totally immersed in the moment, it signified a bridge to later sequences. Without this, you wouldn't have befriended GLaDOS, explored the history of aperture science, and many more memorable and touching moments. It made Portal 2. Congratulations to NibblerFox. We'll send you a message on YouTube in the next few days letting you know how you can get your hands on your prizes. A copy of Quantum Conundrum and the Final Hours of Portal 2 ebook as promised. Well done to everyone who entered. We had around 200 entries to the contest, all with their own spins and interpretations on the best parts of the series. It really was a tough choice picking the top 3, so well done to all of you. You know what? It just goes to show. People like you are the real heroes in the end, aren't they? At the end of the day, brave. Don't forget to check out our website at the link in the video description to join in with the community. Stay tuned for a new video series coming sometime around Halloween, and remember to subscribe for more videos, news, and reviews coming soon. Bye for now.